All right, President-elect Trump is moving at warp speed to form his administration, and that's the subject of the riff. So, yes, President-elect Trump moving at warp speed to form his administration, and you know what? Sounds like a businessman to me. He likes to get things done as quickly as possible. He's obviously thought a lot about it ahead of time, and however shocking to the liberal media, Mr. Trump does favor people who are loyal to him and his policies. Shocking. Today is the case in point. He surprised many folks by appointing Matt Gaetz as Attorney General at the Justice Department. Now, that includes the FBI. And both of those agencies need a top-to-bottom, thorough house cleaning. Here's what the lefties are not going to tell you about Mr. Gaetz. Gaetz went to Florida State College degree, got his law degree at respected William and Mary. He's a member of the Florida Bar in good standing. He practiced law privately. He just won his 5th term to Congress, where he has served on the Judiciary Committee all during that time. And yes, there were some unproven ethics accusations that were made by the Biden Justice Department that came to nothing, just like all the other Biden weaponization lawfare charges aimed at President Trump. And yes, Mr. Gaetz is loyal to President Trump. So, including Senator Rubio at the State Department and Tulsi Gabbard at the DNI and Mr. Gaetz at Justice, all those announced today, that comes to 20 top-level president-elect appointments in just 8 days. 20. Pretty amazing, don't you think? And don't forget, the very day after his landslide, Mr. Trump appointed Susie Wiles to the powerful job of White House Chief of Staff. Pardon the phrase, but Ms. Wiles is a strong and intelligent Republican woman and the first Chief of Staff in history to be a woman. Then, in rapid fire, he filled out his entire national security team, including border czar Tom Homan. Then there's another strong woman, Elise Stefanik. She was posted to the UN. And yet, whoa, another strong woman, Governor Kristi Noem, Secretary of DHS. So in just days, his whole national security team has been filled out. Just today, he appointed Tulsi Gabbard, as I said before, and Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. Okay, on top of all this, he did name 5 more senior White House staff members, and he also appointed Mike Huckabee as ambassador to Israel. And he appointed Steve Witkoff as special envoy to the Middle East and Lee Zeldin as EPA administrator. All right. Now, there are 2 more super business people leading off the economic team, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. They're going to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, with a brief to dismantle government bureaucracy, excess regulations, wasteful spending, and an entire restructuring of federal agencies. It's going to be an outside group. It's going to recruit any number of people from business. And for the first thorough overhaul of our way too large federal government since the Peter Grace Commission 40 years ago during the Reagan administration. People who don't think Mr. Trump is serious about budget cutting or reducing the size and scope of the D.C. swamp better think again. And Musk and Vivek are going to be aggressively using Supreme Court decisions that curtail regulatory authority. So, count them. Tax cuts, deregulation, energy dominance, chopping down the government, and securing the border. Nothing short than a 5-star recipe for faster economic growth without inflation. And that's the riff.